My mother-in-law screamed that I didn't deserve to get married to my fiancé because I lied to her face and promised to wear her wedding dress 5 years ago, but I don't remember promising anything to her since her dress is way out of style. My fiancé, 27M, and I, 26F, got engaged in February 2024. We are planning our wedding to be in March next year on the day of when we first met. We began planning the wedding May 2024. The theme is light blue and white. It's important to know that my fiancé is an only child. A couple weeks ago I was shopping for wedding dresses with my mom and sister, when I found this lovely dress, and it needed only a little bit of tailoring to fit me. When I sent photos to my fiancé, he thought it was beautiful too. Now here's the problem. My future meal was over, and when my fiancé showed her the dress she immediately called me. I ignored her as I was still with my mom and sister. When I got back to my fiancé's house, my future meal was waiting for me. When I walked through the door, she immediately got up from the couch and accused me of lying, claiming I had promised to wear her dress. I never had. This was such an out-of-the-blue thing for my future mill, as we normally get on really well. I told her I had never promised her anything. She then yelled at me, calling me a liar and that I didn't deserve to get married to my fiancé. I was so taken aback by that I just walked away. I have done so much to make sure this woman likes me, and now she doesn't because I don't want to wear her wedding dress that went out of style 50 years ago? Once I had stormed off to my room, my fiancé joined once he had sent his mother back to her house. He asked what had happened, and I explained my side of the story, about how I was just suddenly accused of all these lies I never said. He then explained his mom's side of things, which were that apparently when I first started dating my fiancé, my future mill had shown her wedding dress, and I had said I would love to get married in that. I started dating my fiancé 5 years ago. I honestly don't ever remember saying that, but it was so long ago I might have, but I don't think so, as the dress isn't the prettiest. The next day I woke up with messages from my future mill saying that I'm such a liar and that my fiancé shouldn't marry a liar. I'm going to be honest, I teared up as I read those messages because I tried so hard to be liked by her, and I thought I was. I told my fiancé about the messages, and he said that she's probably just hurt that I don't want to wear her dress. But it's my wedding, why can't I wear what I want? Please tell me your opinions. Update number 1. Hi, I'm not sure how to start this, but I sat my fiancé down and talked to him about my meal. When he finally gave me the time to actually talk, I mentioned how I wanted to wear my own dress to my wedding, and he once again brought up how it was also for our parents. WTF? I explained calmly that it was a union of us, not our parents, and unless his mom wanted to pay for our entire wedding, it was our wedding. Then I said how he found the dress I originally wanted beautiful, and he only changed his mind when his mom raised the issue. He said he only said it was beautiful because that's what I would have wanted to hear, and he found it ugly. I didn't react to the last comment, and instead I brought up how I could wear something else of his mom's, and he completely shut down that idea, saying his mom offered the dress and I couldn't take something from her if she didn't offer it, and that I should be grateful she offered her dress. I admit I was angry at this and replied with, "Am I marrying you or your mother?" When I asked him this, he yelled at me, saying that what his mom was asking wasn't a big deal and that I was blowing this out of proportion. After he said I was making a big deal out of my wedding dress, I stormed out and called my mom, explaining the whole situation. When I went back downstairs, he was gone, and he texted me explaining he's going to be staying with his mom until I come to my senses. I'm now rethinking my whole relationship, as I can't marry him if I'm also marrying his mother, and I'm not going to be one of those people on Reddit talking about my horrible mill, even though I sort of am. Commenter 1. Honestly, I don't understand why women think the dress is worth saving. Most younger women have no intention of using their mother's old dress, so why do they think their daughter will use theirs? I get it was traditional to pass it down in the family, but that was when they were all handmade by the family, and making a new fancy one was a big deal. Commenter 2. You have a fiancé problem more than a mill problem. He should have your back. Does he always take her side? Update 2. Thank you all for the comments, I appreciate it so much. I talked to my mom and she said that my fiancé is acting weird and immature. Yesterday my fiancé's mom called me explaining that we need to talk, and I agreed. She stared of saying how I was going back on a promise, and she was hurt by that. I never got the chance to defend myself before she said she is willing to move past it if I wear her dress. I completely shut down that idea and expressed how it was my day and I want to wear what I want. I then offered that I could wear something else of hers if she wants that. She didn't, she wants me to wear her dress. I tried again to explain how I wasn't comfortable wearing her dress and I never promised to wear it, and it might have been one of my fiancé's ex-girlfriends. She however didn't take this and blew up at me through the phone, calling me a liar, unworthy, and a witch. I hung up on her and blocked her number. Then my fiancé texted me saying it wasn't fair to yell at his mother about the dress and I'm acting so immature, but she was the one who blew up at me. Then I texted my fiancé to meet me at our house to talk things out. He refused, saying he would come tomorrow. So now I am waiting for him to show up. Commenter. When he comes for the talk, just give him back the ring. He and his mom have shown their true colors, and a picture of what your marriage is going to be like. Update 3. Hello everyone, again thank you for the kind words and comments. I appreciate it so much and didn't expect it to sort of blow up, and I wish I could reply to all of you. I talked with my fiancé about his childish behavior and how I was angry at his mom and him for trying to get me to wear the dress. He tried to talk, but I quickly cut him off and continued saying how it was no longer about the dress and it was how he took his mother's side over mine. He wasn't happy with this, of course, and said he was only taking the side which was right. However, I disagreed with this and said a dress was a huge factor of a wedding and that I wouldn't wear something I wasn't comfortable with, and then I again brought up how he should be backing me, not his mother, if we are to get married. He got super pissed off at me for that, as I said if instead of when. He started yelling, saying how I was going to cancel our wedding just because of a stupid dress and how all this must be some joke. I stood firm and told him that this whole thing has got me questioning whether I want to marry him. He once again, surprise surprise, tried to storm out. I followed him and told him he had to talk with me or I'm ending it. He whipped around and slapped me. I stood there in shock as he slammed out front door and ran back to his mommy. Safe to say I am not marrying this man and I am texting him just that. Thank you so much for all your comments, I can't explain how much you have all helped me. Hopefully I can find a man and marry him in less than a year so my beautiful planning doesn't get wasted. The last sentence was sarcasm. Update 4. Hello again, this one will be a bit of a short update. Again thank you for all the kind words, and some of the not so kind. This morning I went to the police station and filed for a restraining order, which will then be taken to court. I have taken photos of the mark of my cheek from him slapping me and video footage of him coming and leaving my house. Hopefully all goes well and I can leave him and his crazy mom behind me. I'm going to use the wedding venue to host myself an early birthday party. And going on the honeymoon with my sister. I took your advice and unblocked him and his mommy, which I then quickly had to mute as his mom blew up my phone. I texted my ex-fiancé calling things off and that he is an asshole. He replied with saying he's sorry and bombarding my phone with messages asking me to forgive him. Sorry for the short update, will probably be the last one for a while. Again thank you for the comments and support. Lots of love. Update 5. Hello everyone, this is the long-awaited final update. It's been around 9 months since the whole fiasco and a lot's happened. Or maybe it just seems like a lot for me. I took my ex-fiancé to court, got a restraining order of 3 years on him, ditched his ass and bought a new apartment for myself and got a cat. I used the honeymoon to take a much-needed vacation with my sister and the venue thankfully gave me a full refund. Otherwise not much has happened. He's gone out of my life for good and I landed a new job which pays well. Hopefully I'll never have to see his sorry ass again. I hope this update finds you well. And it's a satisfying end for me. I've also started talking to a new guy from work, but I will be taking things slow. Wishing everyone the best, lots of love. Commenter. So what happened to your mill during all the court stuff? Like what a piece of work they are. Oop, she was all for us breaking it off, but when I took him to court for the restraining order she was obviously not pleased and did try everything to make sure I didn't go through with it.